What if we told you there's an island in Thailand with beaches like the Maldives, but way less crowded?
Welcome to Koh Lipe.
Koh Lipe is the hidden gem that travelers whisper about.
We are spending the next couple of days on this amazing paradise island, and we are going to show you how to make the most out of your trip here on this beautiful island.
From jaw-dropping beaches to incredible kayaking and snorkeling to the most awesome beach bars, we are going to show you everything this island has to offer.
Get ready to see what Koh Lipe is all about and if it is worth it. Let's dive in. Getting to Koh Lipe is an adventure in itself. We took a van and a speedboat from Ao Nang, which took about 6 hours. But you can also catch a speedboat directly from Phuket or Krabi, and it takes about the same time. But be prepared for a bumpy ride. No lie, I was actually puking my brains out during the speedboat ride. Upon arrival, we paid a 200 baht national park fee and checked into our cozy hotel. First impressions, absolutely worth the journey. Okay, so there are plenty of beautiful beaches here in Koh Lipe, and I would definitely say it is definitely both of our favorite beaches here on the island of Koh Lipe. But I do have to say something. I specifically really like the northern part, and the reason why is because on this side is a lot of longtail boats, and honestly, let's be honest, as beautiful as longtail boats are, they are really loud, and they unfortunately do give off a little bit of air pollution. Well, not really a little bit, but you know what I mean. They can smell and they're really loud. But on the northern part, we seem to not really have that many longtail boats over there. In fact, only maybe one or two comes in the evening time when they drop off passengers from the tours. It is our favorite part of the beach, and more specifically, we like the north part so much. We actually spend all of our beach days at the Bolo Casa Grand View, and honestly, it is so nice here. I really like this part because there's no longtail boats that are parked in front of the beach, and it's just so relaxing. You can also rent the sunbeds for 300 baht per day. So that gives you an umbrella and 2 beds, and we've been just chilling here all day long, and then in the evening we might head over to the Zodiac or go somewhere else on the island. Okay, so how is the snorkeling on Koh Lipe? Koh Lipe is surrounded by amazing corals, colorful corals, and so much sea life. And here's a tip. You do not actually need to get onto a boat in order to see the amazing corals around this island. I would say, however, it is best to go out, snorkel around the beach during low tide, because that's when you're actually able to swim out. The water is quite low and you can really see the abundance of sea life over here. It is just absolutely so beautiful. Now, after a full day of sun, sea, and saltwater adventures, there is one place on Koh Lipe that you have to experience. Welcome to Koh Lipe's Walking Street, the vibrant little heart of the island where everything and everyone eventually ends up, and you will be running into the same people again and again. Say hello to that coconut lady.
In fact, it is basically one long street that cuts through the center of the island. Whether you're looking for good food, nice souvenirs, shopping, massages, cocktails, this is the place to be.
You will find everything from handmade clothing and coconut ice cream to dive shops, tattoo studios, and beach bars blasting Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing. We had a great time exploring these shops and trying out different foods. So, pro tip, do not miss out on the local desserts. They are an absolute treat. Okay, so we are on our way to Kla Island, which is right across over there. We're gonna kayak, and shouldn't take too long. Milk is ready to go. She's been waiting. Took us a few minutes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice secluded island. Let's go.
All around the island are beautiful snorkeling opportunities. We saw many big schools of fish, some absolutely amazing corals, and we even saw the enemy of all scuba divers, the Titan triggerfish. We highly recommend renting a kayak and doing some snorkeling around Koh Lipe. It really was amazing.
Okay, so we just got back from Kla Island. The kayaking actually cost us 150 baht per hour. We were on there for a total of 2 hours. It was really nice, which I would say was enough time. It only took us maybe like less than 10 or 15 minutes to get there. We spent an hour and a half there maybe. We did some snorkeling and just chilled on the beach. And then we came back. It also took us probably 10 minutes as well. And 300 baht in total. You can rent this for the whole day. I don't know exactly how much it costs, but it's not much. I think at most it will cost you is 500 baht. I may be wrong on that. Very, very affordable, even at 150 baht per hour. Okay, so how do you get around Koh Lipe? Now, there's only a very few ways to get around, and one is actually walking, but even though the island is pretty small, I would say that it can still take quite a bit of time to get around certain places. Just to give you an example, to get Sunset Beach from Pattaya Beach can take maybe around 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how fast you walk. The other ways to get around Koh Lipe is actually going to be these scooters, taxis, which has like some type of makeshift carriage on the side of it, and that's the way you would really get around. The cost of this is going to be 50 baht per person. Doesn't matter where on the island you're going, it's going to cost you 50 baht per person, yeah, no matter where you go. Something else to note is that there are no Ubers or Grabs on this island, and you cannot rent a scooter either, and you cannot even actually rent a bicycle. So walking or taking a taxi is the only way to get around this island. And now it is time for the perfect golden hour drink. Enter the Zodiac Beach Bar, one of our favorite spots on Sunrise Beach. It's got that effortlessly toes in the sand kind of vibe. You know, the kind of place that makes you want to stay for just one more drink, and then accidentally you stay for 5.
This is the spot to be because there's just something magical about this spot. The lighting is soft, the music is never too loud, and the cocktails are amazing. It's the kind of place where time slows down. You can sit on a beanbag, sip something cold, and watch the sky turn from bright blue to cotton candy pink to deep purple. It's romantic, it's chill, and it's definitely one of those Instagrammable moments that make your friends say, wait, where is this place?
Zodiac is not just a bar, it is a vibe. And you definitely have to visit the Zodiac Bar if you plan to visit Koh Lipe.
Okay, so if we weren't at the Zodiac Bar at night, there's a 99.9% chance you can catch us chilling at the Monkey Bar right on Pattaya Beach. This spot is a vibe. We're talking beanbags in the sand, good drinks in hand, awesome music in the background, and card games if you're feeling lucky. It's just one of those places that instantly feels exciting.
But let me tell you, the real magic kicks in when the fire show starts, because Monkey Bar's fire show is on the next level. Every night, local performers light up the sand with an awesome fire show. And it was really, really nice to watch. And then this happened.
Koh Lipe seriously knows how to close out the night. Fire shows, good vibes, and this unshakable feeling that you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Waking up the next morning in Koh Lipe just hits differently. You've still got sand in your hair, your muscles are slightly sore from kayaking, and your brain's trying to remember exactly how many mojitos you had last night.
But no matter how wild the night before was, there's one thing that will absolutely get us out of bed. Breakfast at the Elephant.
The Elephant restaurant is located right on Walking Street, and it is one of the most coziest, most delicious breakfast and dinner spots on the island. We went there almost every single day.
Sometimes even twice in one day.
Yo, no shame in the game, right?
This place really cares about high quality ingredients, and their dishes are a fusion of local flavors and international cuisine. If you love healthy food, you will love this restaurant.
From delicious smoothies to poached eggs, amazing coffee, and fluffy French toast, grilled cheese sandwiches, yo, they got it all. And the vibes, super relaxed. Think lush garden, chill music, warm service, and a menu that makes you want to try everything.
Oh, and if you're plant-based or gluten-free, you will feel right at home at Elephant. The menu is super inclusive, which we really appreciated after traveling around other parts of Thailand where your only options are rice, noodles, and more rice and noodles.
Still on the topic of food, we also hit up the Box restaurant, which has amazing Spanish tapas. We love the dishes that we had here.
The Elephant Beach Bar at the North Beach has great food as well and offers relaxed vibes with stunning sea views.
And if you are craving a hearty meal, then the steakhouse on Pattaya Beach serves up delicious steaks that hit the spot.
And I also really love the beef fajitas here. If you are the type of person who prefers to live underwater most days, then Koh Lipe has some incredible dive sites to discover. Let's start with 8 Mile Rock. This site is a beast, and I mean that in the best way possible. About 8 miles, 13 kilometers offshore, this underwater pinnacle rises up from the deep blue and is absolutely buzzing with life.
Schools of barracuda fish surround you, soft coral glow underwater like fireworks, and if you're lucky and the current is just right, you might find yourself eye to eye with a giant manta ray or even a whale shark.
This trip is not for beginners though. The currents can be intense. But that's exactly what makes it special. It's one of those dives that makes you feel small in the best kind of way. Like you're witnessing something few ever will. One of those dives you'll still be talking about years from now.
And then there is Stonehead's Coral Reef. The dive site here is only 15 minutes from Koh Lipe, making it an easier dive. But don't let that fool you. It's absolutely magical. Some of the most colorful soft corals that I have ever seen.
Giant boulder formations tower over the seabed like ancient ruins, draped in soft corals that sway with the rhythm of the ocean. Everywhere you look, there's movement. Flashes of parrotfish, a shy moray eel peeking out from a crack, and clouds of tiny reef fish dancing in the current. It really feels like diving through a dream. Colorful, calm, and strangely spiritual.
Whether you are chasing adrenaline at the 8 Mile Rock or drifting through the coral gardens of Stonehenge, diving around Koh Lipe is next level. It's the kind of underwater experience that changes you, that reminds you just how alive our oceans really are.
All right, let's give you some quick practical travel tips to help you make the most of your trip.
When is the best time to visit Koh Lipe? Between November and April, that is the dry season. Think sunny skies, calm turquoise waters, and everything on the island buzzing and open.
Oh, and since it takes a little effort to get here, do yourself a favor and stay at least 3 days. Trust us, you'll want the extra time to soak it all in.
Cash is king. Well, most of the time. So, first thing, you are going to want to bring cash. I cannot stress this enough. There are only a few ATMs on the island. We actually only counted about 6, but during our 9-day stay, we seen that one of them was out of money the entire time. And the others, well, let's just say they are unreliable.
So here's our advice. Take enough Thai baht before you get to the island to cover your stay. It just saves you the stress, especially for smaller things like smoothies, street food, and taxis.
That said, many of the shops on the island did accept credit cards, and we noticed that many of them actually don't charge a credit card fee, which is actually a nice surprise.
Still, it's important to have a backup plan.
All right, let's talk Wi-Fi and signal. If you are a digital nomad or you just want to check in with the world occasionally, then here's what you should expect.
Most cafes, bars, and hotels do have Wi-Fi, but don't expect fiber optic speeds. It's island Wi-Fi. Good enough to scroll Instagram, answer a few emails, and maybe even upload some stories.
We also highly recommend bringing a snorkel for snorkeling and a dry bag to keep your things dry.
Island life is absolutely beautiful, but it is not always convenient. So come prepared and you'll avoid all the common mistakes that many travelers make. Trust us, a little planning now makes a huge difference later. And more time enjoying the magic of Koh Lipe. Is Koh Lipe worth the journey?
I would definitely say that it is 1000% worth the journey. Honestly, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful island.
Yes, if you are craving white sandy beaches and reef-filled adventures, I would also definitely say book your trip to Koh Lipe now.
Now.
All right, so if this video helped you plan your trip and inspired you to add Koh Lipe to your bucket list, please let us know in the comments below.
And hey, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more travel hacks and beautiful travel adventures. Until then, we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.